Hello, everyone. Mark here from KellyDefense.com. Rick is on vacation for the holiday. Hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. But it's your boy here to give you a show on the Range Podcast Solo Edition. I want to talk about Hunter Biden being pardoned by his dad, or did Joe Biden really pardon himself? We're going to talk about that. But anyway, do us a favor. Make sure you go by warhog.com and KellyDefense.com and sign up for the website memberships. They're free. And also check out the crew page. Check out the crew page. You can join for free for 14 days, the all access package where Rick and I do bi-monthly Zoom calls. It's just a great bunch of like-minded individuals who are just trying to be 1% better every single day. Bonus content, all kinds of goodies on there, training videos. You have access to that with the all access package. But I wanted to talk about the big news. We almost talked about Kamala Harris jumping on the airwaves. Didn't go so great. Wasn't horrible, but didn't really say anything. Some people were accusing that maybe she had been drinking a little bit, but the staffers urged her not to go on there. Really eating their own over there, aren't they? Kind of interesting to watch and fun at the same time. But this particular story, when it came out that Joe Biden is going to issue a pardon for Hunter Biden, I don't know how anybody is surprised. I don't know how anybody is surprised about this. Maybe they are, maybe they're not. I just don't see. I always thought he was never going to see a day in jail. Wasn't going to happen. They got to conviction. Then, if you remember, they had that weird plea deal where he pled guilty on the gun charges, where he indicated on his gun purchase form that he was not addicted to drugs. They focused on that, but they were doing that plea deal and they sent it to the judge and they had wrapped all those tax stuff in there. Those multiple tax charges in there weren't even on trial at the time. So the judge is like, hey, man, yeah, I'm not seeing this. This isn't what we're here for. I'm not going to rule on it. So they threw that out. And he's supposed to be sentenced in the next week or so. So after months and months and months of Joe Biden saying to the media, his press secretary saying to the media that he was not going to pardon Hunter and that he believed in the jury's decision, believed in the justice system and it's the Justice Department and how it's not corrupt. He's going to stick by it. Well, he threw that out the window. Look, that's his son. I'm not sure if it's his only remaining child. I know his one son passed away. So it's not easy to lose a child. I can't even imagine what that pain is. It just wasn't going to happen. I never thought that Joe Biden was going to allow his son, Hunter, to go to prison. Wasn't going to happen. So that doesn't surprise me. In fact, I honestly believe with the way Trump handled Hillary Clinton and not prosecuting her and not even going after her after that election in 2016, he probably would have pardoned Hunter as well. I think he would have. So the fact that Joe did this doesn't surprise me at all. Now, they led up all through that campaign, just before in the campaign that he was still in the running, Joe Biden for president. They answered that multiple times, indicating that he was not going to pardon his son. Press secretary said it. Yeah, the president's clear. He believes in the justice system. Then all of a sudden, Sunday, they're drafting up a pardon and they're going to pardon him. If you didn't see the particulars on that, I think he's going back almost 10 years. So that's covering the Burisma stuff. That's why if you looked at the title, this is a no-brainer for Joe Biden. He's not going to send his son or let his son go to prison. And all that Burisma stuff, all that bag money stuff that Hunter Biden does. You know, Hunter Biden has been paying all the bills for the Biden family since his father's been president and vice president. He is his bag man. He has been going around the world. He's been going around the world, picking up bags of money and slicing off the piece for the big guy. Now, the Biden family has been making money off of Joe Biden for 50 years. And this is the family business. Joe Biden's service, loosely, and celebrity. Money's been given to the Biden family to Hunter to influence how the big guy, Joe Biden, can help them. No question. No question. As a matter of fact, the Justice Department at one point even said that there's some illegal activity going on, or that could be, or activity that can be construed as illegal. But he's just senile. Remember that? So all through this, Joe Biden's been saying, and here's my take on it. Joe Biden's been saying that he believes in the Department of Justice. Now on his way out, after the way they treated him, I think this is a big thumbs down, nose up, in your face jab at the Democratic Party. Joe Biden is saying now in a release that the only reason why Hunter was convicted was because they were targeting Joe Biden. Targeting Joe Biden. Joe Biden's not stupid, or whoever's making these calls for this, he is not stupid, because here's what it does. It does a couple of things to the Democratic Party. It makes them look like even more of liars. Additionally, it makes the Democratic Party look like they knew that they knew he was going to pardon his son this entire time, as well as making the Department of Justice look even more corrupt than everybody thought they were, because they weren't corrupt, right? Joe Biden's been saying, I believe in the Department of Justice. That's why I'm not going to go behind their back. I'm going to trust the jury. I'm going to trust the Department of Justice. I believe in them. But then he writes this letter as he's pardoning Hunter and says that they're corrupt. Not only does it hurt the Democratic Party, but it also, all the stuff that everybody in the media has been saying, all the stuff that the media has been saying looks even more like a lie than we already thought it was. Because they're not saying nothing about this pardon on the media. Go ahead and watch it. They're talking about how Trump is going to go in there into the Department of Justice and clean house. And they're even afraid they're going to lose their jobs or even be convicted, that they should pardon them as well. Pardon them. You can't preemptively pardon anybody. I don't think so. I don't think there's any legal standing for that. So let's recap. Joe Biden doesn't have to watch his son go to prison. He clears there's no investigations of Burisma. That's all over because he goes back 10 years. So that's done. All those investigations are done. Here's another thing too, before I go on to the third thing that I think that is really going to affect this. If he allowed Hunter Biden to go into a sentence hearing, because right now they're in pre-sentence investigation. What do you think they're going to look into? I think those are third-party investigators. Joe's not going to go through that. Why even go through that? I don't have to. Pardon for my son. Okay, let's continue. The Department of Justice has been lifted up with the media. And now they're trying to say, hey, Trump's going to go in there and clean it out because of his cases. Well, here's the thing. The Department of Justice, their cases looked more legitimate when Hunter Biden was being prosecuted, when they weren't working with the president. Or it didn't look like they were working with the president. So the Department of Justice, their investigations against Trump, what they were leveraging, looked a heck of a lot more impressive and on the level when they were willing to prosecute a sitting president's son. Now that's out. Joe Biden saying that the Department of Justice is corrupt. They're only targeting my son because of they're my political enemy. So there you go. So now they're doing everything they can, not to necessarily talk about the pardon, but to try to say, hey, the Department of Justice, the people on the ground level, employees, the bureaucracy, they just go in there and they do their job. Well, apparently they don't. Apparently they don't. This throws heavy mud on that. It's really incredible. It's really incredible how he can do that and people not be pointing out. They know that this is a big FU to the Democratic Party for the way they treated him, leaving their party in even more of a disarray. It's going to be curious to see how the media is going to spin it. I hope they don't continue going down this road because it's absolutely bonkers. Because you can't say Well, they should. They should just do a total 180. But you can't say, hey, maybe there does need to be some cleaning house in the Department of Justice. Now they're jumping on the bandwagon about trying to get rid of these cabinet picks. It just doesn't happen that often. Most of the time, the cabinet picks are affirmed. It just doesn't happen. The American people, the popular vote, the American people have spoken. They want what Trump does. They want him to do it. So if they start shooting down these cabinet members, they're going to be even more backwards. I just can't believe they keep making these mistakes. There's no self-reflection at all. But man, what a move by Joe Biden. Yeah, he's pardoning his son, but he definitely benefits heavy from it. He can just go off into the sunset and enjoy his money, enjoy his grandkids now. He's not going to have to come out into the public at all if he doesn't want to. I don't think he will. But Hunter Biden, man, he has been doing this stuff for his dad the entire time. Now, I'm not saying he's a great person and he's kind of thrust into this. He was living large on the hog. He's done a lot of crazy things. He's done a lot of sour things in my taste, especially with his late brother's widow. I mean, come on, man. But hey, I'm not going to throw any stones at anybody. But yeah, they tried to give him that sweetheart deal. They threw it away. They looked a whole lot legitimate. Now Biden drops this letter saying, yeah, they're not legitimate. They're targeting my son simply because they're my political enemies. So anyway, hope you like this show. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about Hunter Biden's pardon being just as much beneficial for his dad than just simply not wanting to send his kid to prison. Because I think it is. But man, it's all over. It's all crumbling. The only thing that I can't wait to see is the Fani Willis stuff. I know that Fani Willis is still going through some hearings about whether or not she should be pulled off the case or not. I can't believe she got reelected. That's a whole nother story. Fulton County, you guys and girls down there, I hope it works out better than the trial did when she was on the stand, because it was bad. It was bad. I don't know what you see in her, but hey, it's your vote. You can do whatever you want. But I think you could come up with someone better in that county that would represent ethically and still represent what you're looking for, because apparently what you're looking for is with Fani Willis more than whoever she was running against. But anyway, be safe. Have a great rest of your week. And soon Rick will be returning from his vacation and we'll be putting out some more stuff, a lot of content. We're probably going to do an inauguration show. Looking forward to that. We always do a piece or even a live show on the Army-Navy game. So looking forward to that. Army's got a great team this year, so I'm hopeful that we will pull out another win. But anyway, swing by warhawk.com, kellydefense.com. Make sure you swing by the OTR crew page and check that out. But whatever you do, be safe and have a great rest of your week, and we will see you on the range.